Hello all, I hope you all are well and you're good. It's time to talk about 5 things learned from Manchester City's crushing defeat to Arsenal in a 4-1 victory. And a bit of commiseration to Arsenal fans, these things happen and Manchester City are a superb team. So I'm a neutral and a Chelsea fan, but I'm going to be absolutely neutral and there's no banter and just the things I learned from this game. So before I start, people, please hit the like button and please subscribe to the channel if you haven't. So coming on to the first thing we learned in this game and we oversaw, the first thing is Kevin De Bruyne is the best in the league. You cannot compare anyone in his reign. He is the best in the league. He is a very good big game player. When Manchester City need him, he is always there. In the big games, he has always been one of the pinnacle of Manchester City in the last some years. And also, what a top player. This guy is so good with his weak foot, his strong foot. He can hit from long, he can hit from short. Such a good free kick taker, a very good corner kick taker, a very good creative player. Is there something that Kevin De Bruyne cannot do at football? Anything. He is right now for me one of the best footballer, not just in the Premier League, one of the best footballer in the world with the players like Mbappe and everything. He's a top class player who isn't given his praises just because he plays for Manchester City and people don't want to put the respect on Manchester City. Kevin De Bruyne is right now one of the best players in the world and a player I'll always regret what Chelsea did with him and Jose Mourinho. I love Jose, but Jose Mourinho needs to explain and needs to answer for letting this player go because that was a crime against football and we still have to repay for this mistake, man. Kevin De Bruyne, fantastic footballer, a player I love to watch, man. What a beautiful player. What a top class player. Coming to the second thing we learned, there were a lot of people going on when Manchester City were not in the good run, and I was also laughing what these people were thinking. And I'm sorry, I'm not attacking anyone, but this is a pathetic take if you were having that. I'm very sorry. Many people were saying, Erling Haaland has taken Manchester City down. Erling Haaland, he's the one causing City problem. Erling Haaland is the problem. City cannot play good football. He's a lamppost. These were things that are coming out. And if you were thinking that, I have no words for you. Erling Haaland and Manchester City just needed time to click together and understand each other, but he's one of the most ruthless strikers in the world. To have around like 33 Premier League goals, breaking Mohamed Salah's record, having like above 45 goals in all competitions, you're joking with me. This guy can stay at Manchester City for the next 4 years and score 200, 250 goals. He can literally break Cristiano Ronaldo's Champions League record in 2-3 years time the way he's scoring right now. This guy can even break his own record in the Premier League the way he's going on. He's such a good footballer, and against Arsenal, he might be missing some chances where it easily could have been a Haaland hat-trick. It easily could have been Manchester City 7, Arsenal 1. It was that destructive, and this guy went there with 2 assists and a goal. What a damn performance. For a guy, people say he's just a goal scorer. He's not a good footballer. Just see what he did in the game. He also teed up Kevin De Bruyne in a very good chance, which Kevin De Bruyne missed. Where that was such a good work by Haaland, the hold-up play. He was so good in this game. Whether intimidating, holding an Arsenal defense, whether holding the ball and bullying the defender, whether holding the ball and bringing Kevin De Bruyne into the game. People in Arsenal were also thinking, oh, Haaland can only score goals and nothing else. And they were proven wrong. Coming on towards another thing we learned is Arsenal still need more signings, and I think people need to be a bit calm. Arsenal have done really well this season. They surpassed expectations and they've done very well. I think, see, now position where Arsenal is very less margin to go towards the top now. Manchester City are here, Arsenal are here, but you can fall off more bigger. Arsenal need to sign more players to reach that level. They're not far away. It's just they are some players away because I think this is no excuse for Arsenal, but I think they were absolutely exhausted. Like this season, yes, they've had not much games. They've been out of all cup competitions, but the lineup has always been the same. While Manchester City can still play West, Foden, they can. Without only Rodri is the player they really don't have a replacement on. Calvin Phillips is there, but he hasn't had a really good season. Gundogan steps up, Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva. They have such a good team. Even after Cancelo going, Nathan Ake has played so well. Akanji has come in and played so well. Arsenal just haven't got these things right now. They have got Partey, Xhaka, Jorginho in the midfield, but Jorginho is still the one you still do not trust to start in a match, which you've seen with Arteta not playing much. And then Partey, Xhaka have to play so many matches together, which is catching up to them. You got Bukayo Saka, who has no backup and he has to play every game, and the guy is absolutely exhausted for such a young soul who has carried Arsenal. He is really feeling the heat of the season. Martinelli has finally got competition in Trossard, but again he has played so much football this season. Gabriel Jesus again is a massive player, and Nketiah has done well in transitions when he's come, but he's still not up to the level of Gabriel Jesus, and even Jesus, he's still not a proper finisher. But I think Nketiah can still do a good job. And then you go towards the back. I have no problem with Rob Holding. I respect respect him, and but I just don't think he's good enough for this team. And then brought a young January signing who is not ready, and then all depends on Gabriel and Saliba. And this is why Arsenal need to sign more players so the next season when they're in this stage, is final stage, they can bring on more top players, they can have good competition, and especially if they can sign players like Caicedo or a Declan Rice, then Jorginho is a very good player in the Champions League, and he needs more of a destroyer along with him. So you can play Jorginho, Rice, then Partey, Rice in the Premier League, and Xhaka also in between there. So this is why Arsenal need to go on and spend more. And next season, I think they need to do more because Arteta has done a fantastic job this season. And to do the final test of Arteta as an elite manager, we have to see next year with backing what he can do, and even the test of Kroenke, that whether they have really become ambitious or they're the same old Kroenkes we know. So coming on to number 4, Pep Guardiola, true genius of football. And man, I respect this manager. This guy is one of the best managers in the world, especially man, to get the mentality of this side. These side have won 4 Premier League in 5 years, and still they want to win more. Getting Cancelo out, getting anyone out that cushions him, and getting the squad on side with him rather than, oh, I'm angry Cancelo has left, I'm not happy with Pep. That thing takes massive guts to keep on getting this side being ambitious, getting on going for the Premier League title, motivating them. How does this guy do that? How does this do that? This season, if they get past Real Madrid, I think they go on to win the Champions League, FA Cup final, Premier League again. Man, this guy's a top manager. And if he goes on to win the treble, he has to be regarded as one of the best managers in Premier League. I just feel that if he's not able to cross the final hurdle in the Champions League, that will always play sadly a small part in his legacy at Manchester City, which will be not remembered very fondly. But hopefully for Manchester City, he wins the Champions League, and then his legacy in the manager area will be at the top, because he is one of the best managers I've seen. Leave the great footballer side and everything to keep these guys motivated, tactically even keep on changing now 3-2-4-1 formation. Hats off. And the last thing about Arsenal, I think they need to move away from this pressure they're going. They were playing so good free-flowing football at the start of the season, no pressure, enjoying themselves. I think with exhaustion, fighting with Manchester City, that's gone in the head, and they're not fighting with a smile, happiness. They need to bring it back. And I think Arsenal need to stop worrying about Manchester City, go there, play some good matches, play the football they do, and hopefully improve. I hope people who agreed with me, and please put your things you learned in this match, and please subscribe and like. Thank you.